Have you ever asked yourself, is what we know about the Stone Ages truly accurate? Let's journey back in time to a period known as the Stone Ages, a time often depicted with broad brushstrokes of primitive tools, cave dwellers, and a general lack of technological sophistication. Our understanding of this era is largely based on the remnants left behind: stone tools, cave paintings, and archaeological discoveries that hint at the lives of our ancient ancestors. In our quest for knowledge, we've turned to science as the compass guiding us through the murky waters of the past. We've relied on the diligent work of archaeologists, paleontologists, and geologists who've unearthed shards of history, piecing them together in an attempt to form a comprehensive picture of the past. The Stone Ages, as we know it, has been shaped by these scientific findings, a narrative grounded in tangible, physical evidence. But let's pause for a moment. Isn't it intriguing that this narrative is based almost entirely on what we've found beneath the earth? The remains of tools, the fragments of pottery, the bones of long-extinct creatures, these are the tangible traces of the past that have informed our understanding of the Stone Ages. However, this narrative, as detailed and comprehensive as it may seem, is merely the surface of a deep and complex history. It's like trying to understand the ocean by only studying the waves. We see the ripples, the froth, the tides, but what about the vast, unexplored depths beneath? So let's dive deeper. Let's explore the unseen ages, the layers of history that have been overlooked or perhaps intentionally ignored. Let's question the narrative we've been given and consider the possibility of a richer, more nuanced history. Could there be elements of the Stone Ages that have been concealed or distorted over time? What if our ancestors were not as primitive as we've been led to believe? What if they had access to knowledge, technology, and capabilities beyond what we've been told? The Stone Age lie, a history retold. But what if there's more to the story than what science has uncovered? Within the folds of Islamic teachings, we find alternative narratives about the Stone Ages. The Islamic perspective offers a fresh lens to view the Stone Ages, one that is steeped in divine revelations and prophetic wisdom. Islamic scriptures, notably the Quran, contain numerous references to civilizations that existed long before our time, many of which were blessed with knowledge and capabilities far beyond our comprehension. Delving into these scriptures, we find stories of people who built lofty towers, fashioned intricate devices, and harnessed natural forces in ways that seem almost magical to us. These were not mere myths or legends, but historical accounts passed down through the generations. They were people who, like us, lived, learned, and left their mark on the world. But these civilizations were not just technologically advanced. They were also spiritually enlightened. They were guided by prophets who were sent by the Almighty to lead them, to teach them, and to warn them of the consequences of their actions. The messages of these prophets, as recorded in Islamic scriptures, offer profound insights into the moral and ethical dimensions of these ancient societies. Now, contrast this with what we're taught in schools. Our textbooks paint a picture of primitive societies slowly evolving over millennia, with technology and knowledge accumulating gradually over time. But the Islamic perspective challenges this view. It suggests that these ancient civilizations were not primitive, but highly advanced, both technologically and spiritually. It's not just about technology or education, though. The Islamic perspective also highlights the divine interventions that shaped these civilizations. The Almighty bestowed upon them certain powers and capabilities, but He also held them accountable for their actions. When they strayed from the path of righteousness, they faced divine retribution. These stories serve as a reminder that advanced technology and knowledge, without moral and ethical grounding, can lead to destruction. Could it be possible that civilizations of the past were more advanced than we give them credit for? Not only is it possible, but it's a narrative that has been echoed in the teachings of Islam for centuries. It's a narrative that challenges our conventional wisdom and invites us to question the stories we've been told. Now let's examine what's being taught in schools about the Stone Ages. The narrative in schools, as we know it, often begins with the Paleolithic era, the so-called Old Stone Age. It's a time painted with images of our ancestors, the Homo sapiens, huddled in caves, poised with rudimentary stone tools, and hunting for survival. Then we move on to the Mesolithic, the Middle Stone Age, a transitional period witnessing the dawn of agriculture. Finally, we reach the Neolithic, the New Stone Age, where we see the birth of civilization as we understand it today. But is there more to this narrative? Could there be elements of truth concealed, intentionally or not, beneath these layers of stone? Could the Stone Ages be more than just a tale of human evolution and survival, but also a testament to divine intervention and guidance? The classroom narrative often skips over the mysteries and anomalies. It bypasses the intriguing questions like, why did these early societies possess such intricate knowledge of astronomy? How did they manage to build megalithic structures with such precision, which even our advanced technology struggles to replicate today? In the classroom, the Stone Ages are often portrayed as a linear progression, a neat, simple timeline from primitive to advanced. But perhaps this is an oversimplification, a reduction of a complex, intricate past into an easily digestible narrative. The teachings in schools often leave out the spiritual and metaphysical aspects, the wisdom and knowledge imparted by the prophets of the past, as revealed in Islam. They overlook the possibility that these early civilizations might have been blessed with divine knowledge and powers, which could explain some of the anomalies and mysteries we still can't comprehend today. So we're left with two narratives. The first, a conventional classroom narrative, linear and simplistic, focusing on the physical and material aspects of the past. The second, a spiritual narrative, layered and complex, acknowledging the divine intervention and wisdom bestowed upon the early civilizations. It's clear that there are significant differences between these two narratives. So, which one is closer to the truth? Have we ever reflected on why the teachings and revelations of the Almighty and the prophets have been so often overlooked or disregarded? The annals of religious history are not always transparent. They are frequently manipulated and reinterpreted by those in positions of power, those who have the capacity to mold religious narratives to suit their own needs. A significant part of this issue lies in the comparative study of different religions. Despite having similar teachings in their scriptures, certain religious communities, organizations, or bodies, for motives best known to them, have intentionally overlooked these similarities. They've projected a version of religious history that is favorable to them, that corroborates their philosophies or interests, and perhaps that diminishes or undermines the teachings of others. This is not an implausible thought. Religious history has repeatedly shown us that the influential control the narrative. They determine what teachings are remembered and which ones are forgotten. They dictate our perceptions of our spiritual ancestors, their abilities, their revelations, and their ways of devotion. Such manipulation is not confined to religious history alone. It also seeps into our present, influencing our understanding of spiritual progress, our perception of different faiths and civilizations, and our relationships with each other. It can cultivate misunderstanding, mistrust, and even conflict. But there is always a silver lining. The beauty of religious history is that it's a puzzle waiting to be solved, a mystery waiting to be uncovered. And as we delve deeper, question more, and maintain an open mind, we are bound to realize a version of spiritual truth that's more intricate, more nuanced, and more captivating than the one we've been taught. It's time to question what we've been taught and seek the truth for ourselves. Are you prepared to challenge the established norms and unveil the concealed truths about the Stone Ages? History, as any topic, is prone to interpretation. The vantage points matter. Yet the Almighty's revelations extend all the evidence we need to recognize how we have been misguided by those who have neglected revelations. For example, ponder over the case of the ancient city of Iram, which is mentioned in the Quran and was only recently discovered. Or the story of the people of Ad and Thamud, whose remnants still persist as a testament to their existence. These are merely a few instances of how the Almighty's revelations have proven to be precise. To truly understand the Stone Ages, to discern the truth from the myths, we must possess critical thinking and an open mind. By exploring diverse narratives and questioning accepted beliefs, we might attain a deeper comprehension of history. So, let's peel back the layers. Let's submerge into the unknown. Let's challenge the norms and search for the truth. As history is not merely about what we're told, it's about discovering the truth for ourselves. If the unconventional intrigues you, if you're keen to challenge historical norms and ready to explore the mapped, but through a different lens, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until we meet again.